vontade. Verei aqui um bocadinho o protocolo. Vou desligar. Boa tarde a todos. Vamos então dar início à conferência de imprensa do Sporting Benfica, pedindo desculpa por este pequeno atraso, com o capitão Nico Otamendi e com o treinador Roger Schmidt. Primeiro questões para o jogador e depois em cima para o treinador. Começamos BTV, aqui à direita, por favor. Aqui, por favor.
Boa tarde, Nico Otamendi e Mário Serra em direto para a BTV. O que é que sente que pode fazer a diferença a favor do Benfica no jogo de amanhã?
Hola, boa tarde. Nada, acho que pienso que la intensidad que nos demos durante el juego es importante porque conocemos a Porto, sabemos la intensidad que los meten y nada, trataremos de nos dar intensidad, de tener el control del juego, intentar hacer buen partido y creo que tenemos jugadores para poder hacer esas cuestiones y trataremos de hacer un buen partido en ese sentido.
Olá, Otamendi, Pedro Gamito, em direto para a Sport TV. O Otamendi já jogou muitos clássicos na Argentina, também naturalmente em Portugal, em Espanha. Um clássico é sempre um jogo especial, com um ambiente especial em seu redor. Este por ser o primeiro e também por valer um título, pergunto-lhe se causa maior ansiedade aos jogadores.
No, es lindo siempre jugar un clásico y más si se disputa un título de por medio. Creo que bueno, es importante ser ganadores, obviamente. El título es lo que te diferencia de los demás y creo que a nivel colectivo intentaremos conquistar este título, que es importante tanto para el club como en lo personal también. El día de mañana, cuando dejes de jugar y veas tu currículum y veas títulos, es importante porque obviamente tus hijos van a reconocer el esfuerzo que hiciste y la verdad que mañana va a ser un día muy bueno. Trataremos de hacerlo mejor para poder quedarnos con el título, ¿no?
Boa tarde, Pedro Neves de Sousa, CMTV. Este jogo, Benfica-Porto, e ainda por cima vale um troféu, quase sempre é marcado por provocações entre os jogadores. Vocês receberam alguma indicação do treinador nesse sentido, para mudarem a postura, por exemplo?
No. Creo que depende, obviamente, del rival, de cómo se dé el juego. Son 90 minutos y lo que se juegue adicional. Creo que bueno, nosotros en lo personal trataremos de hacer un buen partido, intentar que el árbitro cumpla la función de obviamente de no cortar tanto el juego, sino dejar jugar e intentar de que el partido sea lo mejor posible, no solamente obviamente para nosotros, sino para el espectáculo. Creo que cuanto más juguemos y no sea tan cortado el partido, mejor espectáculo vamos a dar y trataremos de eso, ¿no? De tratar de jugar al fútbol, que es lo lindo y bueno, obviamente que vamos por eso, ¿no?
Nico, cá atrás, boa tarde, o cadete Antena 1. O Nico já venceu este troféu pelo Futebol Clube do Porto, creio que, não me enganei nas contas, 3 vezes. Com treinadores diferentes, e há poucos jogadores no Benfica, neste Benfica, que conseguiram conquistar a Supertaça. Creio que só o Rafa e o Florentino. Este é um título que tem escapado muitas vezes ao Benfica. Como tem essas duas visões?
Odisseias também.
E Odisseias também. Este é um título que tem escapado muitas vezes ao Benfica. O fator psicológico aqui pesa alguma coisa na cabeça dos jogadores e eventualmente até na do treinador, ou não? Vocês estão completamente à margem desses números, dessa estatística?
No, creo que a veces uno, por más que la ansiedad que tú tengas de conquistarlo, a veces quizás te juega en contra o no. Creo que mañana es un título, todos los jugadores quieren ganar trofeos y bueno, mañana es un día importante, un día que es una final, es un clásico y lo lindo que te da un título. Y la verdad que bueno, intentaremos hacerlo de la mejor forma posible para poder conquistarlo y bueno, ojalá seamos felices al final del partido, ¿no?
Nico, boa tarde. João Paiva, em direto para a CNN Portugal. O Nico já está há alguns anos no Benfica. O Benfica reforçou-se bem, muito forte, com muita força neste mercado. Sente que é o grupo, desde que está no Benfica, o grupo mais forte e mais equilibrado desde que chegou à luz?
No, creo que obviamente un club de esta dimensión va a incorporar jugadores nuevos. Creo que esta temporada incorporó bastantes, también se fueron varios. Y bueno, jugadores importantes y un equipo que pelea por competir y por grandes cosas, obviamente requiere de jugadores buenos, de calidad, y la verdad que bueno, en este mercado Benfica incorporó bien jugadores que se adaptaron rápido al grupo, que están contentos y bueno, la verdad que mañana tienen la oportunidad también de competir por un título y creo que lo van a hacer de la mejor manera. Son jugadores que ya han ganado, por más que sean refuerzos nuevos, que ya han ganado títulos y los que no hayan ganado vienen a competir, a tratar de ayudar al club y obviamente esperemos que salga todo bien mañana.
Boa tarde, Otamendi, Cristiana Queiroz Alves, em direto para a SIC Notícias. Gostaria de lhe perguntar sobre a sua condição física. Se sente totalmente recuperado, com o ritmo necessário para amanhã ir a jogo, e já agora, se estar aqui, pode ser um indicador disso, que fará dupla com António Silva?
No, sí, la verdad que vengo entrenando muy bien, más allá de que solamente juego un amistoso, pero el preparador físico me ha entrenado de más, porque obviamente al no estar con el equipo las primeras semanas la exigencia física es el doble, porque obviamente estás todo el tiempo corriendo, pero nada, la verdad que vengo estos 10, 12 días, vengo entrenando con el equipo, vengo entrenando bien y bueno, la verdad que me siento cómodo, físicamente estoy bien y bueno, pronto para que el míster me tenga como opción y obviamente trataremos, si me toca jugar, hacerlo de la mejor manera, ¿no?
Não é preciso mais tarde.
Listo, obrigado, tchau.
Começamos questões para o treinador, então.
Good afternoon. Roger Schmidt, Mário Serra, live for BTV. Do you feel the team is ready for the match tomorrow?
Yes, we have to be ready. So I think it's a first competition match. So the pre-season is over. I think we worked very hard. The players did it very well in pre-season, and now it's the season starts with the chance to win a trophy. So we will give our best tomorrow to win this trophy. We know it's always difficult to play against Porto. It's a very good team, but I think we are well prepared, and we will try to bring on the pitch what we worked about in the pre-season, and of course we have the chance tomorrow to win.
0-0 lá atrás.
Hello, Roger. Hugo Filipe Martins for 0-0. Last season, Musa appeared in 41 games, but only started in 5. In this match, taking into account the departure of Gonçalo Ramos, Musa will most likely be the main striker in the match tomorrow. Does the team change with the Croatian in the starting lineup? And if so, what do you think Musa can bring to the team right from the beginning? Thank you.
Yeah, today after the final training, I will think about my lineup for tomorrow. So it's not decided yet, but like you said, so we lost Gonçalo, very important player for us. I think Gonçalo played a great season, and I think he scored a lot of goals, but especially he was also tactical-wise a top player, working very hard, also physical. That's why there was so much interest about him. Actually, we expected a little bit maybe to lose him, that we lose him 2-3 days before the Super Cup is is a pity. On one side, we are a little bit sad, but on the other side, of course, it is also a very good signal that Benfica is always able to develop young kids to international top players. So the youth department of Benfica did a great job again. So Gonzalo is a very good example for that. But nevertheless, so of course we miss him tomorrow, but we have options in our squad to replace him. I think all the players are in a very good shape. All the players are in training. So now we have to find the right balance for tomorrow, the right players for the starting 11. And of course, then also we need very good players from the bench, especially at the beginning of the season. So not all the players are always already on their top level. So you need good starting 11, but also good players from the bench. And of course, Peter already showed last season that he is very important for us. Of course, he came mostly from the bench, but he scored goals. He worked hard, and of course, also for tomorrow, he is an option.
Hello, Roger Schmidt, Cristiana Carvalho, live on SIC Notícias. Did you try to keep Gonçalo Ramos until tomorrow's game?
No, because it was so the situation was very clear. So they were negotiating about the transfer, and then in this moment, I think if the player also wants to leave, then you have to accept, and you have to focus on the players who are still there. So I think for me it was not like to keep him until the Supertaça and then maybe to leave. So I think that makes no sense. So I believe in my players. And I think it's not good if there's a player who already knows that he will leave. I think then it's better to play with the players who are still see their future at Benfica.
Hi, Roger. If I recall, last season at the end, you spoke about in that conversation with the journalists in Seychelles after the end of the season. You spoke about Gonçalo, and you told us that personally, in your personal opinion, Gonçalo should stay at least one more year to grow. That would be important for the player himself. Do you think? Let me just. Sorry. Yeah. Do you think this is the right step right now for the player's career?
Yeah, I said it maybe it could be also an option to stay one more year to develop, to confirm also his performance. But you know, that's football business. Huh? It's also a question of timing and when the interest is there. And a club like PSG tries to get him with a lot of money, and so then of course then the moment is there. So you have to accept that, and then you have no weapons to keep him. And so I accept that because it is part of the football business, and especially if you are coach of Benfica, you know that there are a lot of very good talents from the youth department, and so everybody hopes that they develop and play a few years at Benfica, and then at one point you have to let them go. And it was exactly the situation with Gonçalo. I think he's ready also to go to Paris. If he would stay, it would be also not a mistake. So, but you have to accept.
Pedro Neves de Sousa, CMTV. What do you expect from the referee tomorrow? And now, which team is stronger, Porto or Benfica?
From the referee, well, like what I always expect is a big game, and in big games you can show quality. That is for the players, and also for the referees. So I think it's always tough for the referees to manage these games. But I think he's the referee of the Supertaça, so I think he showed already in the past that he's a very good referee, and I think he will try to do it as good as possible. And of course, both teams are also responsible. That is a fair game. So, and who is stronger? So it's very difficult to say. I think both teams showed last season top football. Both teams won prizes. Both teams showed also in international football. Yeah, how can I know? So I haven't seen Porto live this season. I think they only played friendly matches like we as well. So we will see tomorrow who is at the moment, at this point of the season, the stronger team. And then, always in football, small things are decisive. It's not always that the stronger team wins the game. So I think in football is always a little bit, part of football is also a little bit luck, bad luck, coincidence, some decisions of the referee, the efficiency of the teams regarding scoring goals. So football is always also being very good in small details, and the team who is better in small details tomorrow probably will win.
Hi, Roger. Here. Hi. Pedro Martins Correia, Record TV. You said a few minutes ago that you don't have yet a lineup for tomorrow. Your main doubts are the striker and the central defender who played with António Silva. Thank you.
No, not only these decisions. So, of course, I make my thoughts about the match tomorrow. But of course, the first thing is to find the right tactical approach, and then to make the last decisions. What we need is a good balance in the team. Of course, if you lose one key player like we did with Gonzalo, so you have to think about how you want to replace him. What is with the balance? What is with the tactical approach? And then you have to make decisions. And I have something in my head, but not 100%. So tonight we have one more training. Always something can happen. So I try always to be very open for my decisions until the last moment. So I don't have to announce a lineup today, so I will not do that. So that's my experience, because I know from the past a lot of times you change during the week. You change so many times your thoughts regarding lineups. You always can wait also for the last feeling of the players. It's always sometimes also a question of the shape of the momentum of players. So that's why I say that I'm not have a 100% lineup now in my head.
Hello, Roger. Pedro Gamito, Sport TV. So I would like to know how is your Portuguese going into this second season with Benfica? And last season, Benfica started the season with 13 straight wins. I would like to know if a possible win tomorrow will boost the team to replicate that performance.
Yeah, my Portuguese is not good enough. Not good enough to talk to you in Portuguese, for sure not. So I'm still working on that. Match by match. So I think, of course, each win in the season is important, especially at the beginning. If you play a final against one of the biggest concurrents for all the titles in Portugal, then of course would be good. But at the moment, we are completely focused on playing a very good game, because to win this game is nothing about statistics. It's only about the 90 or 120 minutes tomorrow. So we have to be ready for this game. We have to perform on top level. Tactical-wise, football-wise, and also mentality-wise, we have to be ready for a tough game. And so our approach also last season, we were not thinking about winning a lot of matches in a row. It is always a challenge to be focused on the 90 minutes, and that's our approach also this season.
Termina a conferência de imprensa do treinador do Benfica, Roger Schmidt, e também do capitão do Benfica, Nico Otamendi. Disse o treinador do Benfica que já terminou a pré-época, portanto